lot of ideas floating around. One idea that's floating around is that there's a special bond between guys that fought in World War II. My father was in the Pacific Fleet, 3 ships, 2 of them were sunk. Fought, was just on the perimeter of Guadalcanal, but was at Iwo Jima and some of the others. And his relationship with those guys that he went through that with are real different. His relationship is so special between him and the buddies that he fought with that I probably will never approach that.
I believe it.
Yeah. Do you understand that now after working on this?
I mean, just after the 5 months, I refer to it as my microscopic, minuscule soldierly experience of what perhaps, in my own way, I felt the loneliness, the need for the camaraderie of my comrade. I did not know how I was going to adjust to civilian life after. How do I get back to my life? How are my friends going to understand? The only people that I could relate to is the guys that went through the movie. And in some way, I've heard soldiers who have gone through the situation, they don't talk about it with anybody. What are they going to understand about what went out there? Except somebody who did. Whether it's my fellow actor who went through the insanity of within himself. So I could relate. I could understand. Thank God, it was on this level. And on that note, the fact that I'm able to be left with this, I feel empowered. I feel that I'm more aware of situations. So I'm proud to have gone through it, even though it was arduous and painful. I don't think it would have been an easy situation to go into anyway. But that camaraderie, the guys, it's priceless. You take it with you. I mean, I'm close to all these guys. How can you take that away?
I worry about movies when everybody says it was so easy.
Well,
I don't know why, but sometimes maybe just in the process of movie making there's an intangible. But sometimes going through the hell of making something really difficult or being as flexible as you have to be on location makes for better art. I'm not sure if that's always true, but for most of the time it seems to be.
It seems, for me, I know that when I have the courage to be vocal and to do what I need to do to make it happen, at the time it might be not the best thing, but you push the envelope, you got to get under each other's skin in order to make it happen. We're not just being casual, not just sitting at whatever the words are, there's something else that is more important that is actually going on. The words are secondary. So you had to affect each other personally. Otherwise, we all walked away profoundly altered from our experience, not only from what we individually went through, but just how the next guy acted to the other guy when the chips were down. When the camera's on you, you got to make this happen. You're going to depend on the next guy to get you there, to help you get you there. Much the same way as perhaps you would depend on the other guy to cover your back. You know, if the other actor wasn't there for you, and it's like you feel like your comrade's not there, and you deal with him on that level. You know what I mean?
The character that you play has an interesting dilemma going on in his head and his heart. But what is his heart like? What inside him? What makes him tick? What's important to him?
Gosh, you know, when I'm asked that, when you ask me that question, it really, my instinct is that it's like when someone asks you, how are you? What kind of person are you? I don't know how to answer that, you know. I haven't objectified the job, the work, the part, to the point where I could sit here and say, he's like this, he's like this. I could only, when I'm saying that, I'm describing myself, because there was no objectivity. You were that situation in that you were that guy in that situation. I'm not going to pretend that I developed this characterization of I was at my wits, you know, acting on the fly. You try to do the best you could, and a lot of that anxiety was just personal angst to try to do the best you could, which is what the captain was going through.
Absolutely.
So there was no time. You got cast and you were there. So the idea, you know, holding a weapon, binocular, there's these technical forms, the form that a captain has to be on, or my perception of what a captain looks like, and through the History Channel, you know.
Yeah.
How do I know? I've never been shelled. I've never been held up. Thank God. But how do you portray being mortified every moment? I mean, that's an acting-wise. That's a problem. That's so that all that angst stays with you, and so you either you ignore it or use it. So I had no other alternative but to use it and keep moving on. What I feel like I failed the day today, I can only make up for tomorrow. Because if you stop to think about, much the same way as all the soldiers were and how we were going up that hill. You know, you slip, you fall down, you got to get back up, come on, you got to keep going, keep moving forward, otherwise it'll kill you. And the movie was very much like that for me. Don't think about what you missed today. You got a shitload tomorrow.
Nice job.
No,
I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks.
Good work. Really nice work on your
Thanks.
part. Good stuff.